I am Patrick Michael Strange. This is the NRW, where we give you the NAW, and we are back with our infamous trailer reacts. I am joined by, to my right, KPRM Games, NRW Games, the man Lewis Bailey. How are you, sir?
Bam! Doing good. How about you?
I'm good, brother.
Sweet.
And to my left, but probably my right when you're looking at this, is the Hooving himself, Dalek Dale Lewis.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good, brother. How about you?
I'm doing great.
All right. You all ready to watch one of our infamous reacts?
Sure. Let's do it.
And
Let's do that.
find out whether or not we're going to give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or to the side when we fist it.
Let's do it.
You ready to fist?
I'm ready to fist.
Let's fist.
Let's see what
We
got.
have JT Leroy starring Kristen Stewart from Twilight fame. It's coming at you from Magnolia Pictures. And I think my man Lewis already has a feeling about this, but let's watch it, man.
No, just about her,
let's give it a watch.
I'll give it a shot.
Here we go. It's spinning. It's spinning. Let's watch it. Here we go. Rated R. Ooh, language, sexual content, drug material, violent images. Amazon.
JT Leroy is a 21-year-old writer with 2 books of fiction based on his experiences as the son of a truck stop prostitute.
Hi, I'm JT, Jeremiah Terminator Leroy.
There's not a lot of discovery in publishing. William Burroughs, Genet, Allen Ginsberg. To hear a new voice was exciting.
He doesn't like to show his face to the press.
JT, I just thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Some people think that JT Leroy might not really exist.
My name's Laura Albert, and I am the writer, JT Leroy. I felt like a misfit. I didn't want to write as myself. JT Leroy was created from my dream. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy, turning tricks, living on the street. The books were taking off. JT had to walk amongst us. Savannah was over at my house, and I said, "You look like JT Leroy. You wear the sunglasses, a blonde wig." It was like Frankenstein, let there be life.
JT Leroy is a literary it boy.
Your stories are so alive.
It was a revolving door of celebrities.
Missy Bono giving JT industry advice. Suddenly, JT is the go-to person for the fashion world. I showed just enough to make them interested. The media was tugging pretty hard at the curtain.
It turns out he may not be a he and may not even exist.
People are calling me. I don't know if this thing is bad or not. What the heck is going on? Hey, I really need to talk to you.
I didn't know how to shut it down.
There's like a helicopter over me. You feel like Goodfellas.
It feels like the whole world is watching. You're not filming that, right? Suddenly, I got a call.
It's Warren St. John from the New York Times.
He says, "I'm gonna get you." He knows everything. There is a huge tornado that's about to hit. All the headlines are saying the biggest literary hoax of our time. It is not a hoax.
Okay, hold on, guys. We're going to pause real quick. I think I actually put on the wrong trailer, but it looks, this is tied to, I guess this was an autobiographical film as well. We're going to now watch the film starring Kristen Stewart, I guess, in the role of JT Leroy. And then we'll just give feedback on both films. So here we go with the JT Leroy trailer starring Kristen Stewart. And then we'll give you a combo double header, I guess, trailer react for this one. All right?
Okay. All
right, let's do this. It's spinning.
Because I was like...
Yeah, slightly confused. Hold up, we have an ad real quick. Let's skip this ad now. All right, here we go. JT Leroy.
Is Kristen Dunst doing that Southern voice?
Here we go. Universal Pictures.
I can't believe this. I live here now.
Yeah, going up in the world. Proud of you.
Yo, come here, my sister!
Look at this creature. I see your soul in your smile.
Oh, hippies.
You want to keep a secret? What's this? It's my book. JT Leroy. Who's this kid? So JT's like your pen name. More like my avatar. The book is doing really well. People need to see JT now. When I first saw you, I thought you looked like him.
Huh?
You've got all these selves inside of you. Explore them.
A Hollywood producer wants to make Sarah into a movie.
So good to finally meet you. JT, did you get that book I sent you?
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
Why do you keep answering for him? He's a deaf mute.
Establish yourself as someone else.
JT, you're here at last.
And nobody even notices.
You sound like a woman to me, but you insist you are a man. Are you really who you say you are?
Are you really who you say you are? I can't really tell. Are you a man? You're as much a part of JT as me.
I just wanted to tell you how much your work means to me.
It's super real for some people, you know?
Untangled finally.
She doesn't want you. She wants the rights to the movie.
Every time you come back from being JT,
Understand.
I'm writing a piece about Savannah. It looks strikingly like Mr. Leroy.
I'm not gonna do it anymore. This is because of my writing.
You're not really quitting. We're a team.
You are so manipulative.
Understand me, you understand.
Nobody gives you anything. You have to take it.
Stand, stand, stand.
Please tell me you are who you say you are.
Understand me, you understand.
All right, guys. So we just saw two trailers because we stumbled on the wrong trailer first, but it leads into the other. We have the actual autobiographical film about JT Leroy that you just saw us kind of watch, and now we have, I guess, the adaptation into a film starring Kristen Stewart and Laura Dern about JT Leroy. So before we get into our kind of reaction, so from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, so this was an actual person that took over that kind of had this pen name, Ghost Rider type thing going on. So you see that with the autobiographical film, and then we have this new version kind of telling that story cinematically with Kristen Stewart. I have kind of a feeling on it, but let me start off with Lewis, because you had kind of feelings as we were going through both of them.
Well, my feelings are more towards Kristen. But I will say, with the first trailer, that looks way more interesting than this movie. I hate to say it. I'd rather watch the documentary than see this film. Because, let me get into my stage name. Hi, my name is Kristen, and I put no emotion into anything I do. If you watch my movie Twilight, I talk like this the whole time. I can shed a tear, but that's me putting eye drops into my eyes because I love vampires and werewolves, and I love putting on a wig and not talking. And are you who you really say you are? Because I can't really tell, even though you have a manly voice, and I just can't act, and I'm so bland and boring. And I mean, that just kills me. That acting just fucking smile, yell, do something. And it is just so droll.
Before you continue, I just want to ask though, have you seen the Twilight films?
I have.
And have you seen post-Twilight films starring Kristen Stewart?
I have.
Okay, so you're coming with, I just want to establish, instead of just like
I don't
internet
like,
hate.
I don't like her as an actress. I think she's very bland, she's very boring, she gets different roles, but they're all kind of the same, and like, she's not a good actress.
All right. Outside of that, would you want to remark on the story? What do you think it's interesting? And you saw the autobiographical trailer, and then taking that, do you think that story is worthy of it than having that Kristen Stewart led film?
So this has happened in the past, and we are having more movies like this where the original author was actually a different person, and we're getting stories that the truth was coming to light. So I think, I'm not too sure about these books. I've never heard anything about the novels. But I think stories like this do make quite an impact when you finally find out that the author who you thought was never really actually the person. It was actually this individual. It is kind of a shocking tale, and for those who are fans of those authors, I can understand that they're in shock and awe and disappointed. Like, for example, think about Stephen King. We all know who Stephen King looks like, right? And then you come to find out that Stephen King has really been this, at the very beginning of his career, an 8-year-old boy who's been writing these stories. And then if that news came to public light, we would all feel very upset against this guy who's been betraying this other person and taking the spotlight. Like, so I can understand people who would be very good fans of JT Leroy and wanting to see this movie and have that kind of same reaction, like, oh, like, what the hell? I'm being betrayed by this person who says they're JT Leroy, but it's actually this person. And, you know, from the fan side. Now, from the actual author's side, I can see how that person who's portraying the author can get tired and get overwhelmed by all this media attention and being forced to do these things beyond your will, because when you become popular, it blows up and you're forced into this world to do these things in a rapid succession. Like, because if you don't, you're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to be stressed, and you're just going to fall apart as an individual. And it is a rapid transition, especially going into a world like that. So I think these stories are very interesting to see, but this, I just don't like Kristen.
Dale, what you got?
The story in a whole, besides Kristen, the first trailer, I don't know, I just felt weird because it was just like, as an author, she could have just done fine with people knowing who she was, but it seems like she has like this manipulative side where she wanted people to believe it was somebody else and then get somebody else involved and then lie further and then make this, you know, persona. It's just like, what was your, you know, end goal? I don't know if you see my reaction to it. It was just like, for one, people that actually fall for that, I don't know. That's like a whole different thing. But from the other perspective, it's just like, I don't know, like I don't really have like the urge or want to potentially see something like this, because it's just like, I have like a negative feeling towards that type of personality. It's just like you're baiting people into, you know, believing something like that. I can understand if you're just developing the story, that's fine, you know, go about it and go with that. But it's just like the entire thing was just a lie. Granted, I guess for her purpose was to get her, you know, get her name out there, of course. But it was just like the amount of people that actually fell for it from the look of the trailer, because I don't know anything about the story. It's just kind of weird, especially celebrities. It's just like, how do you not see that that's not a real person? That was a really shitty wig. And that's the actual trailer. And then going into the movie, I'm personally I'm not a fan of Kristen Stewart, but you know, like, you know, going off of Lewis said, she's a bland actor. So, you know, I saw I think 1 or 2 Twilight movies, but aside from that, just not my favorite actor. I don't know. I can go either way. This is not feeling this, I guess.
Yeah, for this one, for me, it seems very self-indulgent in itself, and hate to say it, white people movie. It could only happen. I could not see it personally. This may sound racist, but I could not see that happening with somebody of color in that situation. And the ability for it to blow up as much as it did, we would have been figured out a long time ago, I think, personally. And
I honestly don't understand.
I don't see how that, and then to have gotten as big as it did. So I'm gonna break it apart. The documentary, I'm kind of intrigued to see, but at the same time, really, it's I don't know. It just seems self-indulgent. It just seems like I'm tired of that shit. Like you have all of this, and then here we go with that.
But if I could add one thing, now when you see the actual author of the book and the way she looks, I can understand where the back picture shows a younger, vibrant woman compared to how she looks. If that was the reason she decided to go with,
well, it was a boy, a guy.
The picture of that individual, yeah, to be more of this younger person, more hip, to get the book sales, to get a young author out there, but
only white people could do it.
But still, it's why would you do it in the first place? Because white people, yeah.
So I may check that out, but I probably won't. With the film, I actually would say I probably would see the film more than anything, because of some of the stars in it. Laura Dern, I'm a fan of Laura Dern, and just that interpretation would then maybe prod me over to see the documentary. I'm not as much of a hater on Kristen Stewart as everybody else is. I think she has improved, but I do agree that she came a long way from blandness. Still is bland, but she added a couple spices in there. So she is having some soul food cooking, but she's still Kristen Stewart. But yeah, I'm not rushing. But anyway, we'll let you know when we fist it. You ready to fist Kristen Stewart?
I'd rather just kind of walk away.
Let's fist it, y'all. This is where we let you know whether we're definitely going to check it out or not, or to decide if it's a maybe. All right, let's fist JT Leroy. And do we want to switch it up for the documentary as the theatrical? Let's double fist it.
Yeah,
we're gonna double fist JT Leroy. Here we go, y'all. In a 1, 2, 3, bam. All right, so 2 no's from Dale and I, and up. So which one is up?
Documentary.
Documentary.
Because that looks more interesting than seeing Kristen on screen and just her talking like this throughout the whole movie. Because I'm an author and I love vampires and I love cheating on my boyfriend for a werewolf because I thought my vampire boyfriend.
Breathe. Keep talking like that. What film this is, and let's sign us off out of there. Just keep in that vein. Keep talking.
So
do it in Kristen Stewart style. Sign us off.
Thank you very much for watching this show. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button below and also follow us so you could see new and upcoming films. If you want to be notified, hit the bell right down there at the bottom because it's awesome to hear the ding going off. I've been your host, Louis Bailey, and this is Patrick and Dale to my left. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoy everything. I'm going to go cheat on my vampire boyfriend right now for some hot wolf dick. Thank you, guys.
Oh,